Now, Barrett, you know that board was flopped up
Sticking up like that high.
twice that much.
Yeah.
That board looked like a skateboard ramp, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
And we came up here to replace it. This is what happened when I had Paco come back to screw it back down. And this is why I don't like treated pine right here. But anyway, we're going to take this up and replace it, because when the sun hits it, it dries out. It's literally, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this board laying out in the sun. I'm going to show them later. I was going to do a video about why I don't like treated pine, pressure treated pine. Anyway, we're going to take it up. I need to get some of those 20-volt drills. Those Milwaukees are cool. I love them, but they're only 12 volt. And they're really for smaller jobs. Y'all like my cable rails? Nor Barrett, nor Alex, nor the internet said anything when I said, do you like my cable rails?
All right.
Alex, see if it'll pull up now. I think there's one screw, the head's broke. Grab it from this end.
It seemed like there's a couple that didn't want to go.
Well, you can probably pull it up now. There may be, sometimes the screws will snap off, and like it'll just be part of the. Be careful, it'll pop up on you. You might have to get that one. We're gonna give that board away to somebody we don't like. All right, Alex, let's see if we can take this one. We're going to take this one up right here, too. And again, in my last house, I'll put pictures. I used acetylated pine. And it's really stable. And then before that, on my other house before that, we used Camaru. Remember that, Barrett? Excuse me. Remember on the Edge Hill, Alex? Edge Hill house?
That's because it's nails, Dad.
Oh. Well, there you go. You didn't do a very good job of screwing that nail in. That screw's probably broke off. This stuff is so powerful. Mother Nature is so powerful that when those boards flop up like that, they'll actually snap off the screws. So it probably won't back out because part of the screw is not threaded. So start right here with that one.
This one?
Yeah. So let me get that one out. And you got to push down. There you go. Is there a screw next to it?
Two nails. Right next to each other.
I'm going to talk to Paco about this. This is not right. Yeah, these screws are strange. They will snap if you get them too hot, and you know they'll snap off on you. So they're pretty decent screws, but in some ways, but in others they're not. It really should be 3 inches long. These, I think these are only like 2.5. I think that's part of the problem. All right, put her in place, boys. Now, of course, this board's dry. It's gonna look more like that over there pretty soon. Is it too wide? Alex, just walk down through there and see if you can get it to sneak in.
It's too long or something. Might need a little shaved off.
Did you push it all the way to the end? You didn't push it all the way to the end.
Push it in.
Yeah. Push it. Take the board, Alex, and knock on the end of it with a hammer. Take this board. I don't know if you're going to be able to. Now stick your board on there. like this on the end. Now hit it from the outside. Reach around.
Knock it this way somehow.
Reach your hand through the cables. There you go. Now hit it hard. I cut it days. I mean, it's short. Okay, now I think it's in.
Down.
Got to push up, stand on it. There you go. See? Good job.
More than that for sure.
It is humid because it's getting ready to rain. Well, it did rain on us earlier. So what you always want to do is pre-drill these holes. And I'm talking to the internet, not you, Barrett, because you know better. But the heads on these screws are kind of waffle shaped, or they're bugle shaped. And what happens is when you start driving them into the wood, it'll actually push the wood apart. So if you don't pre-drill these holes, you're going to get splits, especially on the ends. Now we have an extra joist that we put in. That's why Barrett was able to screw back so far. But if you only have 3/4 to nail to, and you're drilling really close, then you need to pre-drill that for sure, or it'll just split right on the end. Because what happens with these boards is if they're wet when you put them down, they'll dry out and the board will start to crack. Boy, you interrupted my speech.
The board will start to...
It'll start to crack when it dries out if you put the screws too close to the end. Well, if you don't pre-drill it. So when we're doing this with a crew, we have one person going down pre-drilling and the other person coming behind them.
Makes sense.
Screwing. Now, Bear, imagine doing this on your entire deck.
It's kind of fun, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, your knees would be wore out. Your deck was 26 feet long and 16 feet wide. It would have taken us like a week or something. Yeah. Alex, you can put your foot on that and kind of hold it still. I guess. We're giving Barrett a little guide so he doesn't have to guess on the screws to connect. Because you kind of want to make your screws in a straight line, you know. Barrett's being an obstructionist with the impact driver.
Right. I think your dog is the
I know. Daisy wants to come outside. I'm all for it for letting her come out, but Alex thinks she's going to run off, so I don't want to make Alex mad.
Test of love, man.
Huh? Just open the door and let her out.
Shoot.
That 12 volt's a little underpowered, but it's working pretty good. The thing I was going to mention too is Barrett's using that board as a guide not to drill the holes too deep. You don't want to pre-drill into the joist, okay? Because you want the thread. Let me see one of those screws, Barrett. So this part of the screw that's not threaded is the part that's in your floor decking, okay? This is the only part that's supposed to be drilled out. You want this thread part to be threading into the wood, so you don't want your drill bit to go down into the joist. You know, you could about an 1/8 of an inch or something. Barrett's like, can we just get on with it? Thought I saw a murder hornet.
Oh gosh.
Alex, there's a murder hornet. Where'd he go? There he is.
I missed one.
Oh my God. Come over here.
Let me put one in.
There he is, Alex. Alex, look. There's the murder hornet right there. You could get him.
A wasp?
He's looking for his next victim. You ain't gonna like that wood, wasp. Look at him, he's looking for something to eat, and there's nothing to eat or chew on. All these chemicals are killing me. So this is the difference between a cheap drill. Go ahead, Barrett. It doesn't even have enough power to... That's that cheap drill we bought. Was it Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
It's a Metabo. But that's the thing. That's why an impact driver works. And, are you getting them in most of the way?
Yeah.
Okay. It just has a bit. The other thing is we got a 100-foot cord attached to it. That doesn't help any, to be honest with you. We need a shorter cord for that thing.
I mean, I'm doing that on purpose, Dad. It would dig all the way through if I
went
all the way down.
Go all the way. See what it'll do all the way.
It'll dig all the way through the wood.
No, it won't.
You don't want me to dig all the way through the wood.
Go all the way down this time. I want you to show me what the drill can do.
Okay.
There you go.
That's what it can do.
No, I don't want. You're right. I don't want you to spin it like that because it'll tear up the head of the screw. Okay, I got you. Okay. I thought it was the drill was wimpy.
At first, yeah, but you turned it up.
I had it turned on the lowest power, the RPM setting. All right, I feel better. I thought that drill was. I thought that was like a Kmart drill for a second.
Oh, nice.
Good job, guys. Now let's just hope these boards turn the same color after a few months. Otherwise, Mama's gonna make me stain the deck. That'd be tragedy, a labor tragedy. Can we let Daisy out now? Daisy. I would let you out, but my son doesn't want you to come out. She's like, let me out. Gotta paint the house. She hasn't painted it yet. Alex discovered why the murder hornet was flying around. He had started a nest on the underside of the board. Good find, Alex.